Thomas, tell us what is this game about, and what are your thoughts?
Well, this game is about there is a disaster has taken place on Earth, which has caused most of the Earth to turn into a desert. And in order to fight that, to try and keep Earth alive, they have built a station on the moon that can send energy towards Earth. That energy they can then use to do stuff, because all the regular energy sources are depleted, and they lose contact with that station. And there has been a blackout. Bad things have happened apparently, but they really don't know exactly what. And they don't have any contact at all with that station. So, in order to try and save the Earth, they send an astronaut back to figure out what is going on and to get the station back online. And that's where you come in, where we as the player come in. It is this game is about 70% walking simulator, 30% arcade sections. So there is some platforming, there is some not exactly shooting, but you have to sometimes you have a laser cutter where you can cut things open that you have to use. You have to avoid some enemies. There is a section where you have to drive a moon buggy, and there are some timed sections. And it's a very tense game. It's a very claustrophobic game. It's a game that turns into the into the movie Gravity at one point, where you're you see part of that in the trailer, where you get blasted from a space station and you have to jump from wreckage to wreckage, trying to get back. It's I enjoyed it a lot. The story is very compelling. You have this flying robot with you, with which you can see certain holographic happenings. If you go to that particular spot, then the robot can translate the things for you. And you're also collecting audio files. You're collecting all kinds of stuff that you're trying to piece together what happened at the space station, what happened at the moon base, and you have to use him to get the moon base back online. So it's a very good story. It's a very as I said, it's a very claustrophobic game, because there are certain areas where your air is running out, so you have to find air on time and stuff like that. And you're still discovering what has gone wrong on the station. And I will not get into that, because that's obviously the whole point of the game. So I'm not gonna give any spoilers here. But it's not good what happened. You can make out as much as that. So the game looks spectacular. It looks really good. I played it on the Steam Deck.
Oh, I was going to ask, because this seems like a game that and again, not saying that other games have bad graphics, but this kind of seems like an epic game that I would really enjoy on the big screen. Kind of like a Siberia or something, but it works on Steam Deck.
It works perfectly fine on Steam Deck. Yeah, I played it on Steam Deck. Basically, so I could just nicely sit on the couch and play it.
Yeah,
instead of sitting in my cold room.
Yeah,
it does seem conceptually quite similar to Tacoma. Then
there are similarities there.
Yeah,
I'm guessing this is more stressful than Tacoma.
That's what I don't like.
A lot more stressful than Tacoma.
So it's got some real survival elements. I think that's probably why I didn't get around to playing it, because I probably thought, this part is a match, but I can't stand survival elements because my poor stress levels.
Yeah, my concern is the arcade sections. How do you find the arcade sections?
Those are the mostly the stress, the bit stressful levels. But let me put it like this: I've mentioned before that I'm generally not good at those kind of sections.
Oh, I know. I mean, we played a little bit of,
and I finished the game. So there were a few that were a bit frustrating, but just give it a few more tries and you get through it. If you don't know exactly how to get through it, just consult a walkthrough, so you know what you can expect. There were near the end 1 or 2 moments where I did consult a walkthrough to get a bit faster through those sections.
Okay, and perhaps reduce the stress levels while you're playing them as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
and it just it feels like you're on the moon. Like I don't know if that was on purpose, but you can watch, but sometimes that went a bit slowly. Like it was like you're really in a no gravity.
Or was it just like a software update or a Windows update?
No, I doubt it.
But yeah.
I probably would have gotten a notification of that. But, there was one moment where I just that was with the riding that was so weird. Like when you're riding, you had to ride the moon buggy from
the thing that looked like the Mako.
Yeah, from the moon base to another part. And the first time it went smooth as hell. I was like, oh, okay, I got this, no problem. And then I had to drive the moon buggy from that part to another part, and I just could not get. I was fumbling the controls.
So it's like the Mako
constantly.
Then.
Yeah. And I have now like it's like how could I be doing this first part like so smooth, and then the second part, which I had to do the exact same thing and just mess it up completely. But that was just on me, and I just had to give it a few tries, and then I got it. And it has an autosave function because it's a very linear story. So it just autosaves. Usually, once you go to a new location, or right before you have to do, like for instance, right before you have to do.
Okay, that's good. Can you manually save?
No.
You
don't.
I hate that when people.
You don't need
do both.
You don't. You don't.
Why developers?
You don't.
But are there any choices
to make?
Save?
No.
Okay, well that's less need for it.
It's a linear game. You just go on from point A to point B. You could miss certain things, but at the end of the game, if you finished it, you can always go back and replay certain levels. So you can.
Okay, I like that feature in games.
Find a collectible you missed or something. You don't need. Trust me, you don't need to manual save because the quick saves or the auto saves are plenty.
Regular, okay.
But you can't skip any action sequences or anything like that.
No, you can't skip them.
I hate the adrenaline, so it's probably not one for me. But I might look out for it on a Let's Play or something though. Cressop, if you feel like it.
Yeah, Laura, if you're listening.
This is exactly the sort of game I love to watch someone else play.
Laura would probably do very well in this game.
Yeah, she probably finished this in a night, knowing her.
And it's there's a lot of voice acting in it as well, like all those holographics. It's voice acting, and you got the text on screen, but it's it just looks really good, and it plays really nice. I enjoyed it a lot. It took me about 5 hours to complete, I think.
A nice short game.
Yeah, but I wasn't aware. Like it didn't, and I mean this in a good way. It didn't feel like I was playing a short game. I played it in I think 2 or 3 evenings, and you could probably play it a bit faster too. But I was obviously a bit stuck on some of the. I wasn't really stuck, but some of the action arcade sequences took me a bit longer. Because I had to replay several times. But eventually I got through everything. So I'm like, if I can get through everything, it's not too challenging. It was just the right amount of challenging. I think the most I had the part where you when you go through space and you have to go through one area to another. That was one I had to try several times. The part with the moon buggy I had to try several times. And there was thing near the end that we also had to try a few times. But the story is compelling. Was compelling enough to drive me forward. And I remember that when I started playing, I didn't get that far because I was like I was trying to figure out a puzzle where you have to bring life support back online, and that is obviously timed because you only have so much air. You have like 2.5 minutes of air, but there are extra air capsules that you can take, and then you get like 30 seconds of air back. And I could not figure it out. And then I went to sleep, and then the next morning I was like, suddenly I knew how to do it.
That's a known phenomenon that sometimes, you do need to sleep on puzzles and things. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I guess I was just too tired to, but it was a nice moment for me.
Hey everybody, this is Shorter Than Bar from the Adventure Games Podcast. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to listen to the entire episode, you can do so either on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Podbean, and all other major podcast platforms. Basically, wherever you listen to podcasts. Or you can listen at the link below. Hope to see you there.